Cool. So Tradeline Secrets boost credit fast in 7 to 10 days, 7 to 10 business days. All right, cool. So the agenda of the webinar, this webinar, you will learn how to boost your score in just 7 to 10 business days. This is a gift from us to you guys. If you guys stay till the end, you guys will receive our do-it-yourself credit repair kit with two bonuses that we normally sell this. So it's the complete DIY credit repair bundle. Comes with a bunch of letters, dispute letters, templates, everything you need to repair your own credit. Plus the two bonuses that we'll send to you is learn how to remove your hard inquiries in 72 hours and how to create your own CPN. And again, we normally sell this, but we will give it to you guys if you guys stay till the end of the webinar. All right, so a little bit about us. Again, my name is Victor from MJ Tradelines. I'm the owner, and then this is Harold. He is the manager of MJ Tradelines. He is the person that basically operates and is really smart regarding trade lines. So MJ Trade Lines specializes in providing trade lines to individuals looking to improve your credit scores. We have trade lines for both CPN users and Social Security number users. There are a few trade line companies out there that just provide for socials, but we provide for CPNs as well. We have one of the largest varieties out of any other trade line company and the best, very competitive prices. All right, so secret number one, the piggybacking loophole that banks don't want you to know about. So trade lines, there's like they kind of get sometimes they get like a bad rep for even being like gray or like they get a negative connotation sometimes because they're just it's basically like a credit hack that the credit agencies don't like, but they're completely legal and you might as well take advantage of them to increase your credit. What is a trade line? A trade line is any account that appears on your credit report. There are different types of trade lines, including mortgages, auto loans, student loans, furniture loans, jewelry loans, installment loans, and of course, credit cards of all types. We sell what are called authorized user trade lines, which means you can pay to become an authorized user on someone else's credit card. This account will then appear on your credit report showing authorized user status. So you're basically piggybacking off someone else's good credit. So like in essence, what a trade line is, it's like, say I have a credit card, a $10,000 Capital One credit card. I opened it up in 2010 and say I want to add my girlfriend, like say I want to boost her credit. So I want to add her, I call up Capital One and I add my girlfriend on my credit card. So the next month she will actually get my um, she'll get a credit card, a $10,000 Capital One credit card, because I'm giving her authorized user status. I called Capital One and gave them permission. So on the next billing cycle on her credit report, she will actually gain my the benefit of my good credit, assuming I paid everything on time and I have low utilization. Low utilization meaning I basically just don't owe much on my credit card. So out of a $10,000 limit, I just owe say $100 or less. So that will benefit her. Harold?
So my own personal story, how I scored my car loan on my own terms. So when I started working here is the first time I learned about trade lines and how they work. And I was having a little trouble when I was car shopping. So I always wanted a Subaru STI, and with my credit, it seemed unachievable. I kept going to dealerships and I would get denied for my credit score because it wasn't what they qualified for, because it was like a little higher priced car. Um, and then when I started working here, I learned about the trade lines and the benefits and decided to take advantage of them. So I added, I think it was two trade lines, 10K limit on both. I think they both had 2 years of age on them. Um, and once I added them for the first time in my life, I saw my credit score jump past the 700s. Um, and I went back to the dealership and I took home my dream car that same day. I got a great interest rate and I was able to put zero money down. And that's a picture of my car there.
It's cool. And one thing just based on that, where like a lot of people don't realize is like, say, for example, him adding two trade lines and like for him to basically qualify for for a car, it's like what you're doing. What's cool is it's like say the two trade lines cost like $200 each or something, and you add them to your credit report, and now you're getting now he's qualified for a car, but like there's some people you'll get basically a higher credit score once you add these trade lines, and so you'll save thousands over interest over the life of the loan. So that's what's it's kind of what's neat is kind of an investment because you're saving yourself um thousands. And the same thing, you can only imagine what a house like if you add trade lines before you try to get qualified for a house, so you can save, so you can get a better credit score, so you can save on interest. Secret number two, the credit score multiplier that can add 50 to 100 points in 7 to 10 days without any new debt. Um, so why buy trade lines? So it just takes 7 to 10 business days for results reflecting on your credit report. And we say 7 to 10 business days because once we add you to, like, for example, say we had a tray line and the statement date was ending today, and we add you today, 7 to 10 days from today is when your that tray line will hit your credit report, increasing your credit score, and yeah, the tray line hitting your report. So that's the 7 to 10 business days. Um, when you purchase tray lines, you will be added as an authorized user of the card you chose, which basically on our list, you basically just choose one. And in turn, this will reflect on your credit report and may improve your credit score. We say may because um, we just use that for I would say liability reasons, but generally your score will go up. Yeah, like almost all the time, and increase your revolving limit. And so what I mean by that is you'll have different limits on your credit report. So this will help increase it. Creditors will be more likely to qualify you for a loan, a house, credit cards, and other credit goals. So generally people add, it sounds like common sense, but people add trade lines right before they're going to qualify for, you have to wait till they hit your credit report and then apply for your loan, house, car, his situation, or credit cards.
So here's a story I added just from one of my friends' experiences here. Um, he used our secret. So my friend of mine, George, he had been paying his bills on time. Yeah, his credit score was stuck in the mid 600s. And he wanted to be a homeowner, and he had just been living in apartments. But the mortgage lenders were always telling him his credit score didn't qualify for a house, so he was stuck paying more in rent, like I'm sure a lot of us have been doing. So I explained to him that it's not about new debt, it's about old credit. So he just needed to build his credit age is what he was needing. And the best way to do that without creating more debt for himself was adding a trade line. Because the trade line, whatever trade line you purchase, it will have when it was opened, and you will gain that age on your credit report. So I let them know about the credit score multiplier, which is our trade lines we carry. I explained how adding seasoned trade lines could boost his credit score enough to get approved for his house. So he decided to try it. He selected some trade lines from us. I think he got one with the 25K limit and another one with the 10K limit that we do have available on our list. Um, Within 7 to 10 days, he noticed a change in his credit score. It jumped nearly 80 points. And then when George went back to the mortgage lender, his score was high enough to qualify for the house he's in now.
Cool. So, secret number three, the hidden vault of aged counts.
So the hidden vault is going to be our trade line list that we do have available. I know a lot of you get our emails and you see a list that looks somewhat like this. So these are going to be the trade lines we have available. And I'll help you understand how to read our list. So the first column here is going to be our lender. So this is just going to be the bank that reflects on your credit report. It'll show as is, Wells Fargo for this one, for example. Column two is going to be the age. So this one was opened in December of 2010. So you will gain all that age. So it'll show as you've had this account since December of 2010. The next column is going to be the limit. So for example, this one has a 5,300 limit. You will gain that limit. So say you have high utilization, this will bring it down because you'll have another 5,300 available credit limit for you. And then spots is just how many we have left to sell of this trade line. So five more clients can buy this trade line and be added. The next column is going to be price. So this one is selling for 600 currently. And then this column here is the statement date. So the statement date is the date you must purchase the trade line by. So either before or on that date. And the 7 to 10 days applies after this date. So you'll be added to this trade line, and 7 to 10 days from this date is when you'll see it reflect. And then just the last column is going to be the state, where this card holder is from. So these are card holders that you're being added to their card as an authorized user. You'll get an address for the trade line that you need to, it'll help you get it to post. So you don't need to be from this state to purchase it, but some people like to know, so we just have it there to let you know which state these trade lines are from.
And so we do get people thinking sometimes like, hey, I'm from Texas. I don't see any trade lines on here that are from Texas. Can I still buy this trade line or will it still work? Like, yes, it will still work. It's not a necessity at all. We only added this because everyone was asking us because some people prefer, like if they're from New York, they like to buy New York only trade lines. Um, so like we used to get people funding as well, and so sometimes like I can generally tell when it's like a CPN file right away, because like say they're from Texas, I can see their Texas address on their credit report, and then they have a trade line showing that they're from California, and another one from New York, another one from Florida, another one from say Nevada, New Hampshire, whatever, and so I could tell that those are trade lines, and so the more various addresses you could generally tell that they're just tray line or that it's a CPN file. So it is better to like if you can get one from your state, but again, it's not 100% necessary.
So I just wanted to show a couple of proof of how the trade lines will look when they do post. This one's gonna be our Wells Fargo with an 18,200 limit. Let me show you an example from our list which trade line this is. So that one would be this one right here, Wells Fargo 18,200 limit, opened May of 2023. So we'll go back to how it's going to reflect on your credit report. It shows the credit limit 18,200, perfect history down here, and it shows the account age as well.
And the balance $0 so basically 0% utilization, and so this once this hits your credit report, your score increases and it shows. So like the reason why people add these right before they're trying to get like a credit goal, because it shows that you're responsible with, you have this on your credit report, $18,000 limit with owing basically nothing. So it shows the bank that you're responsible with credit. So therefore you're more likely, they're like, hey, this guy is responsible with money or credit. We're gonna deem him, we're gonna approve him for this loan, hypothetically, you know what I mean? So that's the thinking, and that's the way the credit agencies work, or the banking system works.
These are just two more examples of posting as well. Again, from our list. This one's gonna be our city with a 16,500 limit. I think it's lower down in the list. Oh, actually, it's right here. City, 16,500. So that's another good example. If you were to purchase this trade line here, it would show as is on your credit report here.
Gotcha. Next. So here are some testimonials. And let me know if you guys can hear the audio, if you can reply back, but I'm going to play it right now.
Hi, my name is Miranda, and I'm here for my second review. Working with MJ Trade Lines has been amazing, and I don't only say that, but I can prove that. I have changed so many lives. So many people in my community came to me in dire need, unable to get apartments, unable to get loans, unable to get credit cards, and I was able to put them in a position of getting one due to MJ Trade Lines. I have worked with people with 400 credit scores, and they've reached 700 in the matter of 3 to 10 days. Not only do the trade lines post, but here and there, there's discounts. Buy two, get one free, 50% off. There's no other trade line company that's moving like that. I just want to tell you guys, if you're trying to make change in your life or other people's life, I suggest you go to MJ Trade Lines. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Hello, my name is Kevin, and I just want to let you guys know about my experience with MJ Trade Lines. So I have used many different sites, and I can honestly say by far MJ Trade Line is the best. They definitely do a well job as far as communicating back with you if you have any trouble. They also offer another service called the VIP service where you're able to just sit back and allow them to do everything themselves. So like I said, I've been using them for almost 2 years now. Haven't had one bad experience before. Anytime your line doesn't post, they do a good job of replacing the line for you. So overall,
Oh, you cut off a little bit early. And these are real reviews. They're basically people who buy from us, and then afterwards, like they're happy, and we hit them up. We basically just ask them for a review.
Hi guys, my name is Mila and I'm a credit repair specialist and a longtime customer of MJ Trade Lines. I have been a customer of MJ for quite some time and I use them for my clients as well as myself, family and friends. They are very sufficient and accurate with posting your trade lines. They're always on time. They are very responsive and very communicative. I love their professionalism and they always go the extra mile to make sure that you are taken care of. Mind you guys, this testimony is unpaid, so this is coming from my heart. I love you guys, and I will continue to be a customer of you guys as long as I'm in business, forever. So I thank you thus far for all you've done for me and my clients, and I will be hitting you guys up really soon. Thank you. Have a good day.
And a lot of like she was saying, she uses her for her clients because she basically does credit repair, and a lot of credit repair business owners don't supply trade lines, and so we're like a good partner because we usually just supply the trade lines, and it's a good way for them to make extra. One, it increases their client's credit report, and then number two, they make an extra buck by reselling the trade line for a higher price, and so we'll kind of explain that too. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, we do provide trade lines for CPNs as well. What's a CPN? A CPN is a 9-digit number that's formatted just like the Social Security number. It may also be called a credit privacy number, credit profile number, or credit protection number. So there's companies out there that sell CPNs to consumers to market them as a way to hide bad credit history or bankruptcies, for example. So sometimes those companies give CPNs a bad connotation or reputation. Like CPNs, there's polarizing information with CPNs saying that they're quote unquote illegal, etc. So they are legal. It's just depending on how you use them. And what I mean by that is because sometimes people get a CPN and then they'll build up its credit by adding trade lines to it, and then they'll go get funding, and then they never pay it back because they know the CPN is not tied to their social security number. So in essence, that's basically just like doing fraud. Like you're basically getting money knowing you're not going to pay it back.
But if you have the right intentions of paying it back, that's when it does become legal to use one. And that bundle that we're giving you guys for staying for the whole webinar, it does have how to create your own CPN in there.
So how to purchase from us. So we send that big list that it looks like just a big Excel list. You basically just choose one from the list. So sometimes people are always asking us like, which one should I choose? It's like if you just think about it, the higher the credit limit is the better. You know, like a $20,000 limit is better than a $2,000 limit. So like the bigger ones are of course better, and then the older they are, the better. Um, and sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean just because you need an old one, because like sometimes like when you're qualifying, when you're trying to get a loan for a house or just anything regarding credit, the bank may say, hey, you don't qualify because you need recent credit. So you would have actually needed a newer trade line. So I'm kind of going on a tangent. So how to purchase from us, you basically just choose a trade line. Then you confirm your payment. You basically send the payment. So we have different forms of payment. Basically wire transfer, ACH transfer, bank deposit into our business account, Bitcoin. We also have crypto, but we get a ton of Bitcoin deposits. Yeah, just ask us if any questions on how to send any of these forms of payment. So yeah, just email us and just say, hey, can you please send me your forms of payment, and we'll reply right back. And then after you send the payment, we'll confirm that we received your payment, and then we will send you the information on how to get the trade line posted. So we would need your information first, first name, last name, your date of birth, and your 9-digit social security number or CPN number. And then we will start to get it added for you. So this is just another service that we have. So we have inquiry removal. We offer inquiry removal that takes just 3 weeks to 1 week to complete. Inquiries lower your score some points each one.
Yeah. Even someone with the 700 plus credit score could be denied simply for having too many inquiries. So they are good to remove. The inquiries, each one lowers your score a few points each. I think it's like about 5 to 10 points each inquiry, around there. And we charge just $25 to remove them.
Okay, low grammar. Let's see. So as I was mentioning, sorry for the corny thumbnail, but it's how to make money reselling our trade lines. So I would say half of our business are basically people or companies that resell our trade lines basically for a higher amount. And so they just use us like as the wholesale cost because like we have such good pricing. Let me play this real quick. See if you guys can hear it.
Hey guys, this is Victor from MJ Trade Lines. I am making this video for brokers, affiliates, owners of credit repair companies that resell our trade lines, or honestly just anyone that wants to make a profit reselling our trade lines. So if you click the link that I sent you, it should be a Google Doc. On the left it should say updated list or broker list. And if you on the first tab is our updated list of trade lines. And so this is our updated list of trade lines in real time. So when we get an order, we're constantly changing this or deleting them off this list. And if you look to the left, this is the types of trade lines that they are, or the types of lenders. The second is the account age, basically how old it is. This is the limit, how big the credit card is. This is how many spots we have for this tray line per month. This is the price, this is how much it cost, and this is the statement date. And so if you click the next tab, this is our order instructions. We also send this out. We also send this out via email as well. And these are the two that you're wanting to click if you guys are going to resell our tray lines. So plus 100 is really just like what it sounds like. It's adding $100 to all these prices, and plus 200 is adding $200 to these prices. So if you look at this first one, it's adding $100 to this one, so it's 480. And if you click plus 200, it added $200. So it did that for all of the lines. And well, just hit us back if you have questions. And again, so if you're selling one, for example, say you sell one to your client for $580, you would just send us this price and you would keep the $200 for yourself. So it's like an easy way to just, so say you're just going to send this out, control copy, and then just email that to your client and just say, hey, go ahead and pick one or two of these, etc. And then again, they don't know the pricing. So this is built in $100 profit for you. This is built in $200 profit for you. You might not want to add anything more than 200 just to be, I don't know, just to be ethical and, just to do right by the customer. And again, if you guys have any questions, just email us at info@mjtradelines.com. Thank you, guys.
And we will send you this link. Or do you want to send it? Do you want to send it now?
Yeah, I could send it to you guys in the chat right here. I'll go ahead and do it from my phone so I don't mess up your guys'.
Okay. And so this link basically, it adds $100 to all of our, it adds $100 to our list, to all the prices, and then there's another tab where it adds $200. So if you want to resell them, that's basically your built-in profit. So like you could just copy and paste it and send it to your clients, and then you just send us the real price of the tray line, and then you just keep the 100 or $200. Well, I guess thank you so much. So if you guys would, as I said, if you guys have questions, if you guys want to add your questions now, me and Harold will answer any questions. Also, please provide your email in the chat to receive the DIY credit repair bundle with the 2 bonuses, the inquiry removal plus the how to make a CPN. And we will email that over to you. So we'll send that to you. So yeah, just put your email in. I see you guys putting it already. And then this is just a little another I suppose bonus, but we're doing buy one get one tray line 50% off for the next 2 hours for you guys that are on the webinar. And so when you purchase, just let us know, hey, I was on the webinar. I want to take advantage of the buy one get one 50% off kind of thing. And to place your first order, please email us info@mjtradelines, or you can text us as well from here. So we do have tech support.
Alrighty, let me go ahead and put that broker list link in the chat for you guys, and then I'll start sending over the DIY bundle to the emails. If you want to start with questions, you could put them in the chat and we'll start answering them one by one.
So let's see. So Yvette says, is it true that lenders are hip to authorized users and don't give them much weight with scoring? Some do and some don't. They always help. It depends on how your credit is. It's like if you have like a very weak credit profile and you add 2 tray lines, and your score will jump up to over 700. In that case, it wouldn't. So like I think the weight, it just depends on each person's credit report. So it just varies. let's see. So someone else is asking, what's the best way to jump my credit score from 571 to 700? If that's possible, how many trade lines would I purchase? So my guess, if you have a 571 credit score, I would think something's still hurting it, in my opinion. So I would try to remove that negative first. Like if you have a collection, depending on how old it is, because like the older that collection is, the better. So like if you have a recent collection within say within 2 years, just adding a tray line or two, yeah, it'll increase your score. But if you're trying to get a car or like a house, for example, you may still get denied even adding the two tray lines because you need to get that collection removed first. So it's kind of like adding lipstick on a pig kind of concept. Like you want to remove it first. Um, so I would recommend to remove it first. Like you can add tray lines, but I would just add, I would try to, I'm assuming you have a negative for having that, the score generally around that. Or you, if you have that score, you might be maxed out on your credit report. So adding trade lines at that point would benefit you. Let's see. So someone else is asking, will a trade line, if I purchased, will a trade line purchased today reporting with the with the trade will a trade line purchased? Do you know what that means?
I think they're asking with the reporting date of today. So I guess a statement date of today. Yes, if it has a statement date of today, it'll post in 7 to 10 days. You'll just go off the statement date that's listed to each one and count from there.
Brunette's asking, how do we add to all three bureaus? So that's a good question. Harold?
So we guarantee 2 out of the 3 bureaus. They do post to all three for the most part. The best way to do it is by doing what's called a hard pull, and that's doing an inquiry using the trade lines address and your information, and that helps it get into public record for Equifax. Equifax just needs a little bit more push to get into a public record to post there. More so for the CPNs. For SSNs, it does it on its own naturally.
Got you. Ms. Jackson says, rather they can see you're a authorized user. Correct. Patterson's saying, in the free gift, you will show us how to create a CPN. Yes. Again, we normally sell this, but we will give it to you guys for staying on as a gift for staying on the webinar. Jamil says, I want to move to California, but having trouble because of my credit. I need guidance, or I'm willing to pay for these things done. Jamil, why don't you send your credit report in the email, and then maybe I'll reply back to see what's best for you. I want to move to California, but I'm having trouble because of my credit. Guidance willing to pay for these things done. Yeah, I'll just check out your credit report, and then I could just give you some recommendations. And if it's getting tray lines or maybe getting a CPN, if you can't get yeah, I'll just send me your report so I could maybe kind of give you the best answer. The next person says, I have no collections, just hard inquiries with no credit. Okay, well, no. Okay, so this is the person I was talking to before, assuming that that person had a collection. So yeah, so you would probably just need to remove some hard inquiries, of course, and then yeah, adding tray lines will definitely help 100%. Dana says, when you first get a CPN, is it correct that you shouldn't use your current address or relative's address? That is correct, because then what will happen is it will merge to your own credit report. So you want to use technically you want to use an address that's not associated to your address. Yeah, so it won't merge. And merge, I meaning like, so like if I have my social security number, my credit profile, and then someone else, like you have a CPN credit profile, you don't want to use the same house address, because then the credit agencies will just merge it. Billy Smith says, I went to a dealer and did not want a car from them. They did over 15 hard inquiries. That's 5 points off my credit for each inquiry if I remove. Um,
Correct. It should take off about 5 points per inquiry. Hard inquiries just depends. It's around 5 points per inquiry that they do remove.
Patterson says, not a question, but looking forward to doing business with you all. Thank you for all the info. No, thank you for staying. We appreciate you, man. Ms. Jackson says, in which case would your trade lines not work? I would say in like I would say where trade lines would not work is like if you have like a bunch of collections on your credit report. Sometimes people think that they could just add trade lines to kind of like offset it, but will it help your credit report? Yes, but will you still be able to get that house or car or loan? No, because that's not fixing the core problem. It's like you have to fix those collections first. So in that case, I would think the trade lines would not. They still work and they're still going to your report, but they're not. What I'm getting at is you're not getting the benefit for like because what you're wanting is the credit goal, which is like a house, a car, a loan, credit card. And so in that case, it still wouldn't work because you would have to go to a credit repair agency to fix those collections first, get those off, um and then add trade lines, like in that order. Carolyn says, so what's the quickest and easiest way to get negative items removed from your reports? So technically we don't do credit repair. We will send you that do-it-yourself credit repair kit. We do have a lot of credit repair companies that work with us. We can always refer you to one. But yeah, so they could do that for you. Let's see. Dana, can you guys remove negative items from your credit reports? I kind of just answered that. Ray says, appreciate your service, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. The next person says, do you have trade lines that report to all three bureaus? We do.
Yeah, so like I was saying that they all do post to all three for the most part. Just with the CPN, you may need to do the hard pull step that I explained earlier. For SSNs, they do post to all three more naturally, but we do guarantee 2 out of 3 bureaus, but for the most part, they do post to all three.
Mahogany says, do you have any? Oh, I already read that one. Anthony says, how can I attend more webinars or see this one again? So we'll start to do more, but we will send you a recording probably by tomorrow and upload it, and we will send that out to you guys by tomorrow. So you can just, slow it down and review any info. Jamil says, I would like to do business with you. Over the past 3 years, I've been scammed for over 10K dealing with people. Yeah, it kind of just sucks because like remember I was saying certain things like with CPN or you hear people get a bad rep on things or trade lines or it's just because it deals with like you're dealing with credit repair. Credit repair is like you're dealing with like what is credit repair? You're fixing credit. You're not paying bills. It just sucks because you get bad apples, and then everyone's on the defense like on scamming, and then on like for example us like we're on the other side where we're trying to prove like we're not like them. We try to be reputable. Say you're having trouble with your trade line posting. We help you try to get it posted. If not, we'll either give you a refund or a credit to basically pick another tray line. It just sucks. Yeah, I get you. But we just do the best that we possibly can. But Jamel, I would just buy like a cheap tray line and then just like let us show you that it gets posted and then just build your trust with us and you know we'll help you out. Anthony says, I need direct guidance also. Okay, no, if you just shoot us an email and then I will just say, hey, Victor, you said you would check my credit report to give me some advice. If you could check it for me, would be appreciated. Phil says, purchase one. a few days ago, did a hard pull. It hasn't posted. I still need assistance on this. Okay, no, we got you. Yeah, we got you. Just let us know. Ms. Jackson says, I really don't understand my credit. I don't want to put lipstick on a pig. Can you help me to see what's best course of action so I can, yes. Yeah, I can. So just shoot me an email at info@mjtradelines.com and then just say, hey, Victor, you said you checked my credit. If you could check it, please. Ronnie says, any tips on removing charge-offs? So I would say that's more on like a credit repair agency. But there and that do-it-yourself kit, it does show how to remove charge-offs. So yeah, we should be able to be able to do it. Burnett says, which trade line do people like to use most? Like Discover, Capital One, etc. I don't know if that's
It's kind of just a preference thing. It's also just like a budget thing as well. So you would just select within your budget whichever trade line. The name of it really doesn't matter. Just what matters is like the limit and the age. Um, we just have which creditor it is because some people like to know which one it is, but in reality, they all work about the same.
let's see. So Jamal says, also, I have a CPN that I need to build, and I also want to fix my personal credit. Okay, we got you. He added his email in there. Carolyn says, thank you. This is great information. Appreciate it. Billy says, I need to go. I look forward to working with you. Great information. Thank you. No, thank you. Dana says, you've already answered this. You may have already answered this. Do you offer the pay $100 and you'll report for us? Yeah, so I forgot to mention that earlier. I think that someone said that in the review, but we do have a service. It's called a VIP service. It's just $100, and we'll basically do everything for you. Meaning, like you just give us all we need is your credit login, and we'll make sure it gets posted to your credit report. Like you basically don't have to do anything other than giving us your credit login. Um, and even if you don't pay the $100, it's like it's it's not that hard to do.
It's like three very simple steps that we do give you instructions on.
Yeah. This one's cool. I like MJ is the truth. My daughter used you guys before. No, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Jamal says, how do you protect the social security numbers? So I think you're saying like yeah, I mean we're crazy about the yeah, about privacy. Like we haven't had any issues. Yeah, we haven't. I don't know how to
So yeah, all our emails are encrypted. We do have I have a background in IT, so we do have our computer system well protected here.
Burnett says, how long does it last on your credit report? Good question.
So the trade lines, they're priced for 30 days with them, so you'll be on them for one cycle. So on the statement date that you purchase, you'll be on there from that statement date to the statement date of next month.
I want to get started with y'all's trade lines ASAP. Y'all are very good. This is my email. We got you. Marsa says, I want to make sure I purchase the right trade line for a vehicle. So that one's kind of like as I was mentioning earlier, like there's not one in particular for a vehicle. It was just more, I mean, they'll all help. Again, it's just like the bigger the limit is the better, and generally the older the limit is the better. And then some people don't factor in like how old they are. So like if you're say you're only 20 years old and then you add a trade line that's 10 years old, that doesn't make much sense. You know what I mean? Because you were 10 years old when you had that trade line. That doesn't make sense. So you just have to make sure that the math makes sense. So like if you're 40 and you get a 10-year-old trade line, okay, that makes sense. So do you sell, Anthony's saying, do you sell aged shelf corpse for business? No, I had always thought about it, but we haven't. Patterson says, how long do the okay, so we answered that. Um, Carolyn says, are CPNs put in my name, a company, or what? They're generally put in your name. Marie says, are you all still doing primary trade lines? Yes, we currently have one primary trade line at the moment. Burnett says, how long does it last on your, okay, we got that. Marcia says, is there a blueprint on how to add the tray lines? Yeah, so once you purchase one from us, we'll send you instructions on basically how to get it posted. And then if you have questions, again, we will help you. Like our goal is to help you get it posted. It's not just to send you some vague instructions and we hope you do it. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Some people again just pay us because they don't want to do it or they don't want to deal with it, and so we just do it for them. Ms. Jackson says, so after the 30 days, will my score go down?
So after 30 days, you should keep some score. It'll go closer to how it was before the trade line, but it'll show closed in good standing, so you should keep somewhat of a score.
Jamal says, any more details on how you protect socials? For example, how long do you keep them? Where do you store them? Physical storage, etc.
So we do have a privacy storage here that it's going to be an encrypted server that we do have here in the office. After the 30 days are up, it's wiped from our servers.
Alexander says, once I purchase, how long should I wait before heading to the dealership? This is with the SSN, not a CPN. So as soon as it hits your credit report. So for example, today, so say the statement date of the tray line that you're buying is today. It would hit your credit report 7 to 10 business days from today. Is it 7 to 10 business days or days?
It's 7 to 10 days.
And 7 to 10 days. And so at that point, what you want to do is just go to your credit report, refresh your credit report, and then see if it's on your credit report. And then once it hit, all right, cool. And then go to the dealership, and then your score's better at that time.
You can go that same day you see it posted.
Exactly. Do you guys have H primary trade lines? Like we do have one available. So like if you just email us, we can send you the information on that. Phil says for a car, you should have over an amount in credit for the car you are trying to purchase. 30K car, 30K in credit, trade lines. Okay, so I haven't heard that, but it makes sense what you're saying. So he's saying you should have the credit limit. So say you're wanting a $30,000 car. He says you should have $30,000 in available credit, basically, like in trade lines. So yeah, I'm not 100% positive on that, but that makes sense what you're saying for sure. We don't. Someone's asking if we sell business trade lines. We don't have business trade lines. Dana says, will you be adding any more? Will you be adding any more primary accounts other than the one you have? We might. I just get nervous with them because some primaries, honestly, I think are not legal, and so I don't want to jeopardize or just go down that route. If like I don't want to provide anything that's legal. I just want to do everything that's the right thing, in my opinion. So that's what scares me a little bit about primaries. But we do have one that is good. Let's see. Will you think about doing trade lines for business credit? Yeah, we've thought about it, but we just haven't provided it yet. Marcia says, do you offer training to what you do? Do you more like a branch, not your actual company? I had always thought about, I was gonna put it in like in the email blast, but like I was like we get a lot of people asking, how to start a trade line business. I was thinking of doing a course on that and providing that, but I've just been that's one of those things I've been on the fence about. But so Marcel, we don't offer training at the moment, but it's been in the back of my mind, and we might in the future. I just have to put it together and stuff. Or see if enough people want it, of course. Um, Luke saying, so how long is it good for once we use it? So Harold answered that. Ms. Jackson says, so this is basically for people that are trying to purchase something, correct?
Not necessarily. It could be if you're looking to get approved for anything, purchase something, or you just need your score boost. Say you're getting an apartment, things of that nature.
And Ms. Jackson, not just if you're going to purchase something, but sometimes people like the reason like funding or loans or banks go hand in hand with trade lines because people add trade lines, and then once their trade lines hit their credit report, then they go try to go get funding, so they could get a bunch of credit cards, for example. And so you're not you don't have to use the credit cards, but you just have them whenever you do need something. You know what I mean? Um, let's see. Jamal says. Once I had three solid trade lines, aged high limit, but I got denied for a low value Navy Federal credit card. Apparently, it was because I didn't have a primary account. Would getting a secured credit card address this?
Secured card is a primary account, so I would think so.
Yeah, you could. It's just hard, Jamal, because sometimes like I would it's just because credit reports just vary. There's so many factors involved. Because like sometimes people think it's like because of the tray lines, and then say if you have six inquiries in the last 3 months on one of the credit bureaus, that's enough to get you denied. And then so like in your mind, you think, oh, it's because I didn't have the right tray lines, or if they didn't hit, or it's just because there's so many factors involved. Like there's not a concrete answer. And then the banks generally won't tell you. So like for them to say you didn't have a primary account, I'm not sure I really think that's the right answer. It's just I would have to look at your credit report like at that time, and then yeah, it's just there's so many factors involved. Um, it's not like a clear answer to say. Anthony says, is it better to get one big trade line or several small trade lines of equal value? That's a good question. Um,
So it just depends. So if you're looking for a higher limit or more age, it's better to go with one big one. If you're looking for you need more account history, it's better to go with two. Because some people might only have one or two accounts on their credit report. They need more accounts open. They would go for more of that. So there's just a strategy to tailor to everyone's credit report depending on how it is currently.
yeah, there's no real right answer, but like it's almost like the Jamal, like there's no real right answer. It just was like the optimal answer. It just depends on your situation kind of thing. But they're both right. Like you could do both. Both of them are good for you. It's just which one's the best one is just kind of yeah, it's just tough because there's no real right answer. Jamal says, and how long does it take for a Navy Federal secured credit card to post? Depends on the personal statement date.
So yes, it would just be on the statement date on how long it's going to take to post. It would be 7 to 10 days from that statement date listed.
Ms. Jackson says, rather, what should I do if I want my credit to stay higher? Does it have to go back to a lower score? I wouldn't even say it just generally goes, it might go a little bit lower, but it's better that your trade line shows in good standing and is there. Or you could always just continue to buy the trade line um, too.
Yes, you could renew it if you may need it longer for another 30 days. But generally, you could just line up what you need to get done within those 30 days while the train line's active. And then again, once it shows closed in good standing, it'll always show closed in good standing.
Burnett says, how do you add tray lines to an account if you paid for multiple tray lines with different addresses, or will they all be the same address? Very good question.
Okay, so on going back to the list, as you notice, there's different colors on there. So each group of colors is an address. So if you're looking to get multiple, it's best to stay with the tray lines with the same address, just to make it less task for you and easier. But you can get from different addresses. There would be the different colors. You would just have additional steps. It would be kind of just like repeating the first steps with the first address with the second address.
Erica says, I need your email. I have so much going on. It's been hard to sit down with all you've been sending. I got you. So our email's right here, info@mjtradelines.com. And we will also send you a copy of the webinar so you could, slow it down and
Yes, after the webinar, I'll go ahead and email you the broker list, the DIY bundle, and then the recording of the webinar might take till tomorrow, but we'll go ahead and email that to you as well.
Marie says, thank you for so much for the information. I have another meeting coming up at the top of the hour. No, thank you. Ms. Williams says, when lenders look at your score, they're using a different scoring model. So the scores are still different. Where is it? What trade? Where trades added? I'm not sure.
I guess it's just depending on where you're going to apply. I'm not too sure if they told you that's what they're looking for there. But yeah, like we said, it just depends on which lender, where you're applying, things of that nature.
Alexander says, will the sale apply to one social security number, or I can add or purchase for two separate social security numbers? Yeah, you could use them on whoever you want. Like if you want one for you and one for your husband or something, yeah, it doesn't matter to us. We could do it. And she's referring to the buy one get one half off. Let's see. Anthony's mentioning, can you comment on card stacking?
Yeah, could you be more specific on what you're looking for us to answer on the card stacking? And then we could
Card
give a better
stacking,
answer.
card stacking just meaning getting a bunch of credit cards, or
Like
not sure.
if that's a good route to add a trade line, if you're looking to apply for a bunch of credit cards, I mean, yes, you would have a better score and get approved for all the cards that you're gonna go ahead and apply for. It's best to do them in one sitting, apply for each card back to back to back. Well, once your score is established with the trade line.
Burnett says, is the ink removal kit tells you how to remove from phone call or by letter?
It's a mixture of
It's
all ways to get them removed the fastest.
Erica says, I'm trying to catch up. I wish I tried this first. No, we got you.
You'll get the recording.
The price of the kit, we normally sell it, but we're gonna give it to you guys. So yeah, no, you don't have to worry about the price. But no, thank you guys so much. It seems that is all the questions. Again, add your email and we will make sure to send you the DIY kit plus the bonuses. We appreciate you guys. And then again, just email us any questions, info@mjtradelines. You could text us. And then again, you guys get the buy one, get one half off for the next few hours. Thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you.